Hi there, and welcome. Today, we're going to work on mindfulness of thoughts. And when we work on mindfulness of thoughts, it's much like any other mindfulness practice that we might do in a day. Only with mindfulness of thoughts, we're focusing particularly on the experience of thinking. So I'm going to give you a little bit of background in terms of what mindfulness of thoughts is in comparison to cognitive behavioral therapy approaches, and then we'll get into the exercise. In contrast to the approach taken in CBT, with mindfulness, thoughts are not seen as a problem. In fact, the goal is to observe and accept thoughts as experiences, but not necessarily as reality, like a sound or a smell. Mindfulness of thoughts allows us to see through our thoughts, to see that thoughts are impermanent and insubstantial. The mind is a natural wanderer, and it can be a very busy place. Like an untrained puppy, the mind wants to move and find things to chew on, even if it's not what we want it to chew on. Therefore, we want to begin training through daily practice. We want to practice observing our thoughts come and then go, much like clouds in the sky or waves on the beach. We also want to label thoughts when they arrive. When practicing mindfulness of thoughts, get into the habit of silently saying to yourself, "This is just a thought," or "This is what thinking sounds like," when thoughts pop up. We're not analyzing thoughts in any way, but simply acknowledging them as thinking, and then turning our focus back on the breath, or whatever it is we want to be focusing on. Much like focusing on the lens of a camera, we practice zooming in momentarily to observe the experience of a particular thought, and then we zoom out to observe the experience of thinking as a whole, and then repeat. This practice creates and deepens a neural pathway in the cortex that, once strengthened, can apply to any thought, emotion, physical feeling, and sensation that we experience. This allows you to cultivate the freedom to live presently. And with that said, we'll begin our mindfulness of thoughts practice. We'll begin by sitting comfortably with a tall spine, letting our shoulders drop, and our eyes begin to close. Hands resting, palms up in your lap, and bring your focus to the breath. Notice sensations of your breath. What do you feel as the air enters through your nose? Does it feel cool or dry? Is there a tickling sensation, or is it smooth and soothing? And just continue to notice these sensations as you focus your awareness on the path of your breath. The sensations felt as air fills your sinuses, flows down your throat, filling first your belly and then your chest. And as your mind notices these sensations, keeping the focus on the breath itself. As we continue, know that there is no need to hunt for thoughts. Just let them come to you and try and notice. Do thoughts immediately pop in, or do they seem to have disappeared? Notice how the thoughts come and go within your awareness. And when you experience a thought, consider how it appears in your mind. Is it fully developed, or do you just experience pieces or edges of a thought? Are you aware of the thought immediately, or are you caught off guard? Rather than getting caught up in any one particular thought, simply acknowledge it and see how long it sticks around. Explore the thought like you might a cloud that's floating by in the sky without your influence. You're simply looking up, trying to observe it as it shifts and drifts in and out of your awareness. Notice if different thoughts are arising and how that may or may not be related to the other thought. Some thoughts may come with emotions connected to them. So you may notice a feeling of attachment to a particular thought or aversion to a particular thought arising. Simply notice how the mind wants to babble and make stories and produce judgments, and then eventually bring your focus back to the breath with good humor and kindness toward your restless mind. Returning your focus to your breath. And remembering that whatever happens in your practice, it serves as a valuable learning experience. And if you closed your eyes, you can take a deep breath in, and then on the exhale, flutter them open, come back to awareness of the moment in time, and be proud of yourself, because this isn't easy work. but know that it is always of value. Thank you so much for listening.